With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, trackside, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Swift Motorsports Airs Eye Racing Paints fires things off for round number 9 in the 10-week regular season. Right here tonight, way up in the Northeast, we're going to hit New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Lobster 150. Track temperature looks fairly good out there. 80 degrees out there on the track, 75 degrees in the stands for all the fans that are beginning to file in as we get things underway in the admin box. Pole award session here tonight. Drivers going to fight for that coveted front row position. Who will bring us to the green flag? We're going to find out here in just a handful of minutes. But first, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you'd all join us here tonight. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. And speaking of trackside, what do you say we go ahead and drop some of that qualifying information over there to the left-hand side of your screen, sitting top of the speed charts behind the wheel of his number 20 machine, Dalton Fredericks, with the quick time here in qualifying, 29.83. The fast time for Fredericks. Todd Crane right behind him. Only 10 drivers on the speed charts so far, and it's going to give our graphics a little bit of a fit, so we're going to get rid of that and kick it old school style for you for just about another, I would would say about another 45 to 60 seconds or so. The Cuban Missile Rocket Roy Fernandez going to put that number 3 machine inside the top 5 with his qualifying effort. Some big names still yet to lay down their laps. And Jason Branch, Tommy Haynes, Casey Duncan, Bailey Dutton still yet to turn in their qualifying time. So as the sands tick away and the hourglass time going to pass by, and we're going to get a little clearer picture of how these drivers will roll off on the starting grid here tonight for the Lobster 150. So again, let's drop that time meet scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. You can see those final few positions a little bit mixed up for the moment, but still top of the speed charts with a quick time here tonight. 29.66 for Fredericks. He's going to top the speed charts with quite a bit of buffer between himself and the rest of his top 10 components, or opponents, we should say. Mike Capaccio with a good run in behind the wheel of that number 9 machine. Casey Duncan getting out on track, but it may be just a little bit late. Duncan going to have to give it his all to get around the track and lay down a qualifying time. 16 drivers on the speed charts. We've got 17 in the field so far here tonight. So with the final 45 seconds ticking off of the stopwatch, pretty much looks like it. That's going to do it. 30 seconds remaining. Casey Duncan with his first time lapped in. Good enough for 14th. He's going to have to lay down a burner to dethrone Fredericks from the top. So with 15 seconds remaining, we're going to get ready to step away for a brief commercial break. Head trackside for your national anthem and your starting lineup, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live from New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof
And back live trackside as we watch the drone footage flying around this 1 mile paper clip nestled in northeast New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The Lobster 150 on tap here tonight. 17 drivers in the field, and the majority of them looks like they have already made their way through pre-race inspection. So no discrepancies this week. It looks like everybody going to bypass tech fairly easily here tonight. So what do you say we go straight to the front stretch? Listen to these Gen 4 machines sing. We're ready to roll here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Only 2 races left in the regular season. We're going to get to some of those championship standings a little bit later on throughout tonight's broadcast. A lot on the line for a lot of drivers. Who's going to walk away with the checkered flag? Could it be your pole sitter here tonight, grabbing his first win behind the wheel of his Cup Series machine? Dalton Fredericks a win in the Truck Series on Monday night. Still searching for that first one here on Tuesdays. Will it come tonight? From New Hampshire Motor Speedway, we await the word from the race officials for the pace car to begin to roll in the final few moments. These guys focusing in on the prize at hand, the points on the line. Who's going to get it done? We'll find out in 150 laps as you hear those familiar sounds in the background. You know it's time to run down tonight. Starting the lineup here, the Lobster 150 rolling off the starting grid inside row number 1 with the pole position behind the wheel of that number 20 All-Star 15. Dalton Fredericks will lead us to the green flag. The young one of Cody Sleeper going to start just to his outside with Tommy Hayes and Danny Dunn. In row number 2, row number 3 here tonight, the fast 21 machine of Todd Cray and John McMillan Jr. Roy Fernandez and John Wimbish back in row 4, rounding out your top 10 inside row number 5, the double O of Nick Hunt. Jason Branch will finish out that top 10 with Elsie Daly and Gary May. In row 6, row number 7, Mike Compagno and J.C. Duncan. The rest of the field looks a little like that, so as the music fades, we get underway, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, side by side down into 1. Fighting hard for that top spot is Fredericks. He's going to eventually grab it just before the entry of turn 3. Long, fairly banked or slightly banked, depending on how you want to look at it. We'll see which one of these drivers venture down to try to get those left side tires on the... Oh my gosh! Did you see the hit? Big hit in the back of the field. Drivers all sorts of out of shape. Mike Compagno, hard contact and down pit road. John McMillan Sr. also involved in this one. Lap 1 crash. Let's go check the replay. See Compagno just out of the picture. Loose on the top side. Contact between the 11 and the 6. And oh my gosh. That is a hard hit. Let's take one more look at the trouble here for McMillan Sr. It's all happening in front of him. Thinks he's clean and clear, and oh, there it is. Into the outside wall. Slamming the front end off to that inside safer barrier. Hard contact. Able to get the machine rolling, but he's going to be well behind the field. Damage control early here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And with a problem like that right off the gate, that's going to put McMillan Sr. on the back foot. One of the good things for that 51 machine, well inside of your top 16, sitting in 10th in the overall points championship, coming into tonight's race with not much of a chance of falling outside of the top 16, but John McMillan Sr. Definitely going to be in some heavy damage control, and he's going to have a pretty solid finish next week at Kansas Motor Speedway as we finish off the 10-week regular season. So a busy night tonight behind the wheel of that iRacing pace car already in the Lobster 150. Our gun buddy Joe Hugo going to lead us back around. Will receive the one to go next time by again. The set to unleash the beast once again here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And let's not fret out there. We seen last night an early caution at Auto Club Speedway for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series backed by Swift. And then we opened things up for a long green flag run, over 60 laps of green flag racing before we seen that second caution flag fly. So will we see it again here tonight? A little bit of contact and an argument over real estate between that number 11 of Casey Duncan and the 6 of LC Daly, both on the pin road. Both fixed a handful of damage, both back out on track. One finger wave and drivers getting into position. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing this time around. Still over 140 miles of racing action remaining here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Top 4 positions remain the same. A little bit of a change back a little further in the field. Jason Branch able to pick up one position on the initial start. So here it is. Here we go. Drivers ready to go. This time by. And we're going to set them loose into the restart zone. And away we go. Green flag flies once again here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This time Frederick's on it. He jumps out to a big advantage through 1 and 2. Dutton on the bottom of the racetrack looking for that second spot. Frederick's trying to scoot away, but the two battling it out for position. Right behind him, Dutton and Sleeper going to go at it, but keep them in touch. A little bit of a loose situation there for race leader off of 4 as we cross the line. This latest time by. We'll drop that timing scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver in the field here tonight. Top 3 separated by less than 0.3 of a second. And there's tight battles all over the racetrack already, so we're going to continue to jump around here. Let's jump back to that corn hub, number 29 machine of Nate Orlowski. Orlowski coming to pit road, but a quick fuel-only stop as the 29 not involved in the on-track skirmishes or issues. Looks like drivers beginning to search for a line here. You can see Todd Gray a little bit high in 1 and 2. An unconventional line. Wonder if he did it there purposely or if that was just a moment of overcooking that corner entry. 2-3, nose to tail throw, a blanket over the front of this field. You can see Dalton Frederick struggling a little bit with a grip out of the rear end of his All-Star 15 TV. Number 20 machine, Bailey Butler. Last week's race winner at Talladega Super Speedway. Right on his rear deck lid. He's right there looking to get the victory lane and set the pace for his competitors. Like we may have run into a little bit of trouble and figured out. "14 laps in, and we're beginning to see Bailey Butler step away from the field. A little bit of problem with tonight's broadcast, so we're going to have to take ourselves a quick little pause in the action. Whenever we get a pause on the track as well, we'll get everything situated, reconfigured, and rolling. Once again, we do apologize to all of the race fans out there in TV land. We're going to have to cut things short here in just a little bit, get it all fixed up and rectified here tonight. No real big issues, no real big worries. We'll get it all figured out and worked out, but for the moment, we stay green. Flag racing back across the line, lap number 16. Now, the board. Field starting to stretch themselves out just a little bit here tonight. You can see already a 1 second deficit across your top 4 positions. Will Fernandez losing a little bit of ground on Todd Gray. Fernandez falling back into the clutches of John McMillan Jr. So I tell you what, it's not the best of news, race fans, but you know what? We're gonna, man, this is where it gets tough, right? We're gonna take a quick pause in the action. Stay tuned right here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're gonna be right back with all the action live right here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You're watching the Lobster 150.